All right, so we're back. This is day 2. Hopefully the unit's going well for you. Hopefully it makes sense to you so far. Okay, so in the last unit we were doing system of equations, and all your graphs look something similar to these. And we said, okay, so how many solutions are there? And you said, there's one solution. It crosses at one. Oops, why am I saying why? So one solution. Okay. The second one, we have the lines are never crossing, so there's no solutions. And the third one, it's the same line and it's infinite solutions. Okay, so the difference between last unit, so this was last unit, right? Last unit. And the current unit is that the current unit, we are talking about graphing linear inequalities. And so you're going to see half of the graph shaded. There's only one line on this one. It's only one line on this one. And then half of the graph is shaded. So the solutions on this one are any point in the shaded area, not shaded, shaded area. Okay, so any point in the shaded area, and in this case, on the line, and on the line. Okay, so any point in the shaded area or on the line, and this is a solid line, so that's why we're saying on the line. The second one, you have any point in the shaded area, the shaded area, but not on the line. So not on the line. Okay, and so we can tell that it's not on the line because this line is dotted. Okay, so look closely at your notes and look at the video if you can see that it's dotted or not. But this is dotted. So it is not on the line, okay? So any point in the shaded area, but not on the line. I'm gonna be like 10 minutes. All right, so let's take a look at the next page, okay? So find all the different ways that two numbers add to at most 7. So now we're talking about an inequality, okay? So in a couple of units ago, we were talking about two numbers that add up to 7, and that was just a straight line, right? That was just a line coming down your on your graph. Now we're talking about up to 7. So we could say you could have any two numbers, so any two numbers being x plus y, and they need to add up to less than 7, okay? Less than or equal to 7, we're including it. So it says at most 7. Okay, so let's talk about some numbers that do add up to 7. All right, so I'm gonna have you list out 10 total. Okay, so we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we're gonna try to get 10 of them here. All right, so the first one, we could have 0 plus 0 is less than 7. So 0, 0 is a solution. Okay, so let's go over to our graph. I'm gonna draw something down the middle here, and this is gonna be our y-axis. And if yours isn't exactly where mine is, that is okay. And this is going to be our x-axis. So we got our x and y-axis. So our first one is 0. All right, so 0, 0. And this is true. 0 plus 0 is less than 7. Okay, so what's our next one? Let's go 1, 0. Okay, so we go over 1, up 0. Okay, that's true. That works. So 3, we have, let's go, how about 4, 3? Okay, so 4, 3. So we're going to go over 4 and up 3. And this one is true. Okay, so our next one, let's do, I don't know, let's go in a negative on the x. So let's go -3 and then 4. And -3 plus 4 is 1. So that's less than 7. So we could go -3 and then +4. Okay, so we have all these true, true, true. Okay, so how do we figure out, like, is there a rule that we can use? So take a second, pause the video. I want you to fill in a bunch more of these true, make them true. Okay, so pause the video, pause, make sure you pause it. All right, so I'm assuming you paused it and you filled in 10 more of these. Okay, so, well, you have 10 of these dots on here that say true. So what's a way that we could just shade everything to say all of these are true, and if it's not in the shaded region, then none, and then it's not true. So we can look at this and go, y, we can subtract x from both sides here, and then we end up with y is less than or equal to negative x plus 7. And so we're going to go up to our graph and we're going to count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we have a negative 1 over 1 slope, so down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1. Okay, so look at that. Our other one is right on that line. Okay, whoops, I went a little crooked at the end. Okay, so there we go. So there's our line. All right, so anything on this side of our line through here, guess what? It's true. In any of those numbers in there, they are going to add up to less than 7. Okay, so you can, what I was really trying to get you to see here is that we can start picking numbers that add up to less than 7, but the easiest way to graph this is to actually solve for y, graph the line, it's a solid line because there's a line under it, and then shade where it's true. Okay, so I'm going to let you do that on the second one down here. So you're buying candy bars, and one is $1. Let's see, a candy bar at the store costs $1 each, and the ice cream bar costs you $2 each. So I'll start you off with the equation here. So we have if candy bars cost $1, so we'll say 1x. Okay, so candy equals x. Ice cream equals y. So candy is $1 plus 2y, and we have $12 to spend. You cannot spend any more than $12. So we are including $12 in that. So there's our first step. So your job is to come up with a graph. Okay, and in class, we're going to answer these questions together as groups. Can you buy exactly 2 candies and 4 ice cream bars? And can you buy exactly 5 candies and 4? So you're going to answer A, B, and C in class with me. Okay? All right. So now on to your homework. So let's give you a couple of pointers here. To start with, you have determine whether 3, 4 is a solution. So determining whether it's a solution, if I just give you a point, you're going to replace the x and y with the x and y I've given you and figure out if it's true. So your y is 4, your x is 3, and so there's your inequality. So it says 4 is greater than, well, 3 plus 2 is 5. That is false. So you'll do the same thing here. I'm not going to substitute in for you. I'm going to let you do that. Give you a little scaffolding there. And you can substitute in here and come up with whether you think that's true or false. Okay, so now the next one, I'm giving you a graph, and this is like a question that is straight off the test. So if there's a place that you want to pay attention to here, this one's it. It says identify the slope and y-intercept and write the inequality that represents the graph. Pick a point and check your answer. Okay, so our slope is m, and our y-intercept is -2. Okay, so it's where it crosses the y-axis, so it's -2. So write it as an ordered pair, 0, -2. And our slope is up 1 over 1, and we have 1 over 1. So that means our inequality is 1x minus 2. And let's pick 0, 0. So we've got 0, 0 here. And 0, 0 is true, and it's above the line, so y, our solution, is greater than the line. And we'll practice that a little bit more. But you can substitute 0, 0 in here now and go 0 is greater than -2, because 1 times 0 is 0, and 0 is greater than -2, so that is true. So we put it facing the right way. Okay, so there's the start to your homework. Number 6 on your homework is just like what we just reviewed, And then your job is to finish the backside up through 7, okay? Best of luck.